In the ancient village of Umuokoro, where red earth stained the feet of children and palm trees whispered secrets to the wind, there lived a young girl named Adama. Adama was poor in the way that hunger became familiar, poor in the way torn wrappers were stitched and restitched, poor in the way dreams were learned early to be silent. Her mother had died when she was still small, and her father, once a proud farmer, had become bent by sickness and misfortune. Their small mud house stood at the far end of the village, where goats wandered freely and people rarely visited unless they had gossip to share. Yet Adama carried herself with quiet dignity. She fetched water before dawn, worked in other people's farms for little pay, and still found time to care for her father. Her beauty was not loud, but it was undeniable: soft eyes, calm voice, and a gentleness that made people pause when she spoke. But beauty, in Umuokoro, was not enough to escape poverty. One dry season, when hunger clung to the village like stubborn dust, Adama's father called her to his mat. "My daughter," he said weakly, "I have failed you." She knelt beside him, holding his frail hand. "You have not failed me, Papa," she replied softly. But the old man shook his head. "A man has come to ask for your hand in marriage." Adama's heart skipped, not with joy, but fear. "Who is he?" she asked. The old man hesitated. "His name is Obina. He is known in this village as the poorest of men." Adama swallowed hard. Obina was known by everyone. He lived alone at the edge of the forest in a broken hut. He wore old clothes, spoke little, and survived by doing odd jobs. Children mocked him. Men pitied him. Women avoided him. "Why him?" Adama whispered. Her father's voice cracked. "Because his bride price is small. No other man wants a girl without wealth or connections. And I do not have much time left." Tears burned Adama's eyes, but she said nothing. In Umuokoro, a daughter did not argue with her father's decision. When the news spread, the village buzzed like angry bees. "Adama is finished." From one poor house to another. At least poverty will not shock her. Women laughed openly. Men shook their heads. Even her childhood friend, Ngozi, tried to console her but could not hide her pity. "How can your father do this to you?" Ngozi asked. Adama only smiled weakly. "What choice do we have?" On the day of the wedding, there was no celebration. No drums. No dancing. Just a small gathering and whispered laughter. As Obina arrived, wearing his faded wrapper and worn sandals, someone muttered loudly, two empty pockets joining together. Adama kept her head bowed. After the marriage rites, Adama followed Obina to his hut at the edge of the forest. The hut was simple, too simple. But it was clean. That night, Obina spoke gently. "I know you were forced to marry me," he said. "I will never hurt you. You are free to leave if you wish." Adama was surprised. "Why would you say that?" she asked. He smiled faintly. "Because a cage, even made of gold, is still a cage." His words puzzled her. Days passed. Obina worked tirelessly. He fetched firewood, farmed, and sold what little he could. But sometimes, very often, he disappeared into the forest and returned at odd hours. He never explained. At night, he spoke wisely, telling stories that sounded like they came from far beyond the village. "You speak like someone who has seen the world," Adama once said. Obina only smiled. The world is bigger than Umuokoro. What Adama did not know was that Obina lived a double life. Beyond the forest, past the river that villagers feared to cross, stood a vast estate hidden by tall trees. Inside were warehouses, gold reserves, businesses, and servants who bowed at Obina's presence. Obina was not poor. He was one of the wealthiest men in the region, wealthy beyond imagination. Years ago, he had disguised himself as a poor man to escape betrayal and discover true loyalty. Many had loved his wealth, not his heart. He had sworn never to reveal himself until he found a woman who saw him, not his riches. Adama had never once complained. She never insulted him. She never mocked his poverty. And that was why he watched her quietly, patiently. One year, a severe famine struck Umokoro. Men lost farms. Children cried at night. The village elders announced that each household must contribute food to survive together. Obinna stood before the elders. "I have nothing," he said. Laughter erupted. "Of course you don't." Adama lowered her head in shame, but Obinna squeezed her hand. That night, he left silently. By morning, carts filled with yams, rice, oil, and grains appeared at the village square. No one knew where they came from. The elders were confused. "This is a miracle," one whispered. From that day on, help came mysteriously, school fees paid, sickness treated, hunger eased. The village praised their ancestors. Only Adama noticed something strange. Obinna always returned from the forest tired, but peaceful. One evening, after a particularly harsh insult from village women, Adama finally broke down. "Why do they hate us so much?" she cried. Obinna held her gently. "Would you still love me if I were nothing?" he asked. She looked up. "I already do." That night, Obinna led her beyond the forest for the first time. As they approached the hidden estate, Adama froze. Her breath caught. "What is this place?" Obinna stopped and turned to her. "This is my true life." Guards bowed. Gates opened. Adama trembled. You are rich?" Obinna shook his head. "I am wealthy. But that is not who I am." Tears streamed down Adama's face. "Why hide it from me?" "Because I needed to know your heart first." When Obinna returned to the village, not in rags but in royal attire, the village stood still. The same people who mocked him bowed. The elders trembled. The women who laughed now hid their faces. Obinna spoke calmly. "I came as a poor man, and you showed me your heart." He turned to Adama. "This woman stood by me when I had nothing. He built schools, hospitals, roads, but he never forgot the insults. He forgave, but he did not forget." Adama became a queen, not because she married wealth, but because she married humility. And the village of Umuokoro learned a lesson passed down through generations. Do not mock the poor, for you do not know who they will become. And do not measure a person by what they have, but by who they are when they have nothing. Do you believe true wealth can be hidden? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more deep African stories. What would you have done if you were Adama? Tell us in the comments, like the video. This story teaches us never to judge by appearance. If you agree, show love by liking this video and subscribing for more meaningful African folktales.